The VChain price is down about 40% from its local high, consolidating since a couple of weeks. And the big question now is, when will we have our turnaround and where are we going to be by the bull market altcoin peak? So in this video, we're going to look at the 2025 VChain price prediction, and we're going to see where VChain could be in a bearish case, where it could be in the bullish case. But I want to really start this video off with some fantastic news for VChain, so make sure to stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with a very quick VChain video update. If you enjoy these updates, then smash up the like button. Let me know by bringing up the number of likes here on the video that you want more VChain updates. So the good news first, the very good news, VChain has been listed on BitGet exchange, and on BitGet there will be a pool of $37,000 roughly. Price pool up for grabs. So if you're trading VChain on BitGet, you can get something of that. Full disclosure here, I am not affiliated with BitGet in any way. Hence, you will not find any referral links. It's just news that I'm bringing out here. And I think it's great news that VChain is available on just another exchange that is very good for the bull market. But let's get to the real stuff here for VChain. So let's look at the VChain price prediction, and first of all let's take a look at the recent development. So VChain has been consolidating here down and building somewhat of a falling wedge, if you want. Actually it should be more like this. And if you're drawing this from this point here, you can see that there is a breakout for this falling wedge right at the moment happening, and that VChain is bouncing off of this trend line in a positive manner. So hopefully this is sustainable, but you see here VChain broke out and basically has a retest. If this retest is successful and there are still a couple of hours on this daily candle, then we're expecting VChain to go back up here to our previous local high of this wedge, so going up here and challenging overhead resistance. In the end, this would be challenging this overhead resistance, trying to break out of a broader pattern. So if you're going back to the previous bull market, we had a similar situation. So let's first get rid of this line here quickly and see here in our previous bull market, we also had this overhead resistance hit our head, came back down on a very nasty drawdown. This was way worse than this time. So here we see it was 60%. At the moment, the drawdown is only, if we can see it here measured, is only from this high down here 40%. And that in itself is not as deep here, but it is something similar. So we see here the breakout. After this breakout happens, we're coming up to challenge here the previous high, as we see here, and then flip it into support. So we actually break through and flip it into support. So what we could see here as well is that, now let's get rid of that again to the side. What we can see here again is that we have this overhead resistance with a big confluence. So here it was overhead resistance, was flipped into support here, was tested here time and time again during the bull market. Eventually we lost the level, broke down into our bear market. So very crucial level throughout the bull market here. And now we just have to basically challenge it here again, the same level. And now we can expect to challenge it once again. If we were to challenge this and consider this a neckline, then we could also say, hey, maybe we have a large cup and handle pattern here, where we would break out basically then back to the all-time high. However it plays out, we need to wait until it actually plays out, because we also can lose support here and come back down for a way longer bearish, let's say, consolidation here. But looking at the indicators in maybe in the weekly, we can see that here, before we are looking at our projected targets, we can see that the indicators cooled off quite a bit, and that actually we're about, in the stochastic RSI, we're about to, we actually bullishly flipped on the weekly. we actually had a bullish flip here on the weekly, implying that there should be positive momentum coming out fairly soon of VChain. So let's say we're here in the logarithmic charts and we're putting on the same, more or less the same structure as in the previous cycle. So then we would say, yeah, let's put it right on here. So that fits, right? And we would say we are consolidating only until this resistance line, or maybe we do a little fake out to the downside. But overall, then our targets, and you know that I've done this before with the targets, that our targets would be roughly, look at this overhead resistance line would coincide with this here. So we would have something like that, like 8.2, 8 cents somewhere in here. That would be our, I would say that would be our medium-term target. This could be achieved this year, end of this year. Then we would have our going us back to all-time high, which would be here. So we should encounter some resistance here at around all-time high. So that would be around this level. And then we have our very bullish target up here, which would be around, yeah, if we just say we will not sell out this top, but the very top would be somewhere at 60 to 70 cents. So let's just put it in here at 60 cents. Could be a psychological mark as well. This would be when we would go past all-time high. So we basically have an end of year target, which would be still 2024 of 8.3 cents for VChain. And then we would have a challenging all-time high, which would, yeah, actually here in this scenario, maybe we need to stretch it out a little bit more like this, because I really doubt that we will challenge all-time high still in 2024. So it needs to be maybe throughout 2025, maybe even later 2025. So this all is just if we would say make the same multiples. What if we would take longer? How would it look then? If we would take longer, so let's say into the mid of 2025, could be looking something like this here, right? If we would move in a normal cycle. And that also would mean that only by September, October, we would really get our explosive move here, and that actually we would fail in our test back up here. It's just a tool to draw some scenarios. This is not anything where you would say, oh, this is a big TA with Fibonacci retracements and so on to get the targets. But I would say from a market cap perspective, these would be actually realistic scenarios, because if you were to look at all-time high, for example, would be roughly what would that be, a 7x or so from here. So we would go, let's say we are going from where we are right now to the 8 cents, that would be 2.5x, which I think is a no-brainer. I think this will happen anyways very soon. But then back to all-time high would be almost an 8x from here, and then going to that absolutely bullish target there would be a 20x. So you see that even though it looks very small, these last parabolic moves, they would be really crazy, right? And I think from a time horizon to expect that more to the beginning to middle of 2025 is also realistic. Now let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Are you bullish on VChain? Are you bearish on VChain? Do you think these price targets can happen? I would say everything between the 8 cents and 50 cents is very realistic. This is the absolute bull case possible. Now, wherever you are on the world, have such a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I will keep holding on to my VChain until we reach these targets, and then I will see that I take some chips off the table the more we're approaching this absolutely bullish end target. So stay tuned, make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, tick the little bell to always get notified whenever I upload the video, and I see you in the next one. Bye.